Are we reacting to OCG ban lists? You want us to take a look? I mean, I can take a look real quick. It's good to look at OCG ban lists because they're more reflective. Like they're not telling you what's going to happen in Master Duel, but they give you a better insight into what's going to happen in Master Duel than TCG ban lists, in my opinion. OCG limit regulation for October 1st, 2024. So that's going to be coming into effect in a little bit over a week, just about a week. So forbidden. Okay, so they banned Beatrice. I know Beatrice is very relevant right now, but not even the heavens will forgive her. But I think that has more to do. I don't think that has to do with anything that we have in Master Duel right now, right? If I'm not mistaken. All right, so for limited, they put Trident back to 1. I mean, cool. Oh my God, they brought back Masterpiece. Damn. I wonder. I do wonder. I feel like yeah. I feel like that's okay now. I feel like you're allowed to put Masterpiece at 1 now. Feel like it's not going to be that big a deal. Perhaps, yeah, it really is just power crept at this point. We'll see if I'm wrong, but it does feel like the right time to do it. We have Red Eyes Dark Dragoon going to limited. Oh! Yo, if Dragoon is back in OCG, we might actually... Wait, I'll zoom in a bit so you guys can actually read the words. If Dragoon is back in OCG, we might actually see Dragoon come back to Master Duel. Dude, I love this card. I still have this card in real life. I pulled it from the tin. I love this card. Oh, dude, I hope it comes back. I love this card. I'm going to start playing... if we get this back in Master Duel, I'm going to start playing like the Verte package just for Dragoon. It's so cool. I don't think that's copium, dude. Master Duel does more closely follow, like, okay, Master Duel is its own format, but it does more closely follow OCG than it does TCG. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but the odds are way higher if you see it come back. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could see both of these cards, Masterpiece and Dragoon, come back to Master Duel eventually if they're coming back in OCG, in my opinion. Diabel went to 1. Okay, so some Snake Eye, some Snake Eye consistency hits. Poplar going to 1, Diabel going to 1. Fair enough. Tenpai Dragon Chundra, newly limited. I still need to learn Tenpai. I haven't practiced it at all. As you guys know, I only play Master Duel, only cover Master Duel, right? So I'm not super familiar with what Tenpai does. Like, I get the general gist of it just from people talking about it, but yeah, because I don't think Verte is legal in OCG. That's why I think this might not come back to Master Duel unless they decided to ban Verte. You know what I mean? Phantom of Yubel going to 1. I think this is like a really solid hit to Yubel. I think obviously their Yubel is different than ours because they have like Fiendsmith and everything, and Phantom of Yubel going to 1 doesn't hurt it nearly as much as it would us right now. But yeah, I think Phantom at 1 just makes sense. The fact that you can just summon this card like 3 times in 1 turn is really stupid, or even just 2 times, honestly, is really stupid. Or like just the fact that you can like put it on the field and then you can make another one and then use the first one as link material, so you can just like use it early into your turn as a insulation from hand traps, and then if you don't have any hand traps to worry about anymore, you can just use it as like a material. It's pretty silly. Fiendsmith Engraver going to 1. Now, I'm not familiar yet with the Fiendsmith engine. Again, Fiendsmith Tracked going to 1, and Bonfire went from 2 to 1. Okay, interesting. So now semi-limited. Ava, get Drytron out of here. Terratop, I mean, get real. Terratop should be a 3. Pankratops going to 2. This card should be a 3. MX Saber Invoker limited to semi-limited. All right, who literally this could also be a 3. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. Gold Sarcophagus going to 2. Oh, that's actually really interesting. Multiple copies of Sark is kind of crazy. Fusion Destiny going to 2 is fine. Branded Opening going to 2. Okay, sure. Oh, God. Maxx C going to 2. OCG is putting Maxx C to 2. OCG moment? No, I think this is good. OCG tends to hit things progressively, right? So here's my big thing I've been worried about for Master Duel is that we get Fuaros. And I'm excited about the idea, the prospect of Fuaros being kind of this replacement for Maxx C. So it's a card that's like still insanely broken, so broken that you have to play it, especially in a best of 1 format. But it's significantly less broken than Maxx C. Actually allows you to learn lines that make it so you can play into Fuaros while giving your opponent a minimal amount of draws. And so I've been very much so hoping that they're making Fuaros as a way to replace Maxx C. The thing that's been worrying me is that in OCG currently, they have Maxx C at 3 and Fuaros at 3. And so people are basically playing like 6 to 8 Maxx Cs. because they also have the Molcharmi Perulia. And so I've been really worried about that. I've been like, oh man, I really, if we have Maxi at 3 and you know, Furos at 3, Master Duel is going to be atrocious, but they're starting to hit it because OCG's like this. They love semi-limiting and then like, look, that's what they've been doing here. You know, like they put Bonfire from 2 to 1, and then later they might end up banning Bonfire. You know, like the semi-limit, exactly. It does. This does nothing. This doesn't really do a lot short term, but it is indicative that they actually are seeing the problem, which is a big deal. This is really good. It also kind of means that for Master Duel, they probably know that this is going to be a problem. Yeah, the implications are huge. Exactly, Callum. I agree. I think this is a great thing to see, even though I would love to see it be just straight up banned. Just the fact that they're like, okay, it's time to start hitting Max C now that we have Furos in the game is a really, really good sign. It's a good sign. I'm really happy to see this. So possibly in Master Duel, it might take a while, which I think is very regrettable, but we might actually see Furos remove Maxi from the game. It's still goofy. No, I agree that it's goofy to put Maxi at 2. It is a goofy hit. But it's just like OCG has always been like this. Like a lot of people think OCG lists are goofy in general because they do a lot of semi-limiting, a lot of incremental hits, you know. But it is indicative that they see the problem, which I think is a big deal. Just the fact that they see it. For so long, it's felt like they just don't see it. They just don't, like, you know, and to me at least now, I have some confirmation that they can see the issue with both of these cards existing at the same time, Furos and Maxi, and that's pretty good. Like, that's pretty good news in a way for Master Duel, even though it's not like literally Master Duel news. We all know that Master Duel is more reflective of OCG to a certain extent than it is of TCG, generally speaking. So I am really happy to see this. I think this is a really good thing. Anyway, let me see what chat is thinking. Feel like you should either ban it or leave it untouched. Semi-limit to Maxi is useless. Yeah, like I agree that like short term it's kind of goofy. I just think like long term what it means, yeah, it's like a crack in a dam. Exactly. Like you're starting to see what we want to see, really. And look, man, I'm not an OCG player, so it's not even that I want OCG to not have Maxi. It's not my format. It's more so just because I'm pretty invested in what OCG is doing because I feel like it implies a lot for Master Duel, which is what I actually care about, you know? Yeah, they touch Maxi. It's a big deal. Exactly. It is a big deal. With Furos in the game, the semi doesn't mean much, but the fact it was hit at all is telling. Well, see, me personally, I don't even hate Furos as a card design. I think, you know, if over time we finally see Maxi banned and replaced with Furos, I think Furos, at least, you can build strategies in your deck to play into Furos better. Like, sure, they'll get a draw every time you summon from the extra deck, and every time you summon from the deck, but even decks that summon a lot from the deck usually have ways of summoning without summoning straight from the deck, or minimally summoning from the deck. I'm thinking of a deck like Dinos, where basically if you get hit with Furos and Dinos, you know, you can't do your baby loops without giving your opponent draws because baby summons straight from the deck. But what you can do, for example, you could banish a Giant Rex from the grave. That'll get you a summon from the banish pile. That's not going to give him a draw. You can use Meteorus in hand. That's going to give you a summon from the hand. That's not going to give him a draw. You know, I can think of a good amount of examples. You could use the Scrap Engine might become popular again in Dinos because of the extra normal summon of the Chimera, you know, stuff like that. So there's things you can do in Dinos where you can like set up some interruption and you'll give your opponent like 2 to 3 draws instead of giving them like 5 to 6. You know what I mean? You're limiting your plays, but at least you have a line, you know? Whereas with Maxi, a lot of decks just insta-lose if it goes through. So I'm happy with it. Exactly. Snake Eyes Fire King can do Ponix, Garunix in hand, Kieran stuff from grave. It's really cool. I mean, yeah, I think that's a great example. Like Fire King is pretty awesome actually into Furos. At the end of the day, obviously Maxi to 2, not making a huge difference, but that's okay. I'm not even playing OCG. What I'm more interested in is just the fact that it's even getting hit is pretty exciting. Then Nightmare Throne going to semi, I mean, I guess, and Goes in Magic going to 2, sure. And then unlimited, okay, they're unlimiting all the dragon rulers. They were at 2, now they're unlimited. Makes sense. Like, why these cards are actually officially power crept. Plush Fire going from 1 to unlimited makes sense. Quick Fix going to 3. Shout out to, actually, I'm not shouting out the Spiral players. Whatever. Zeus going to 3 is interesting. I don't think a lot of, maybe they did bring back Zodiac Trident. No, I don't know. I don't know. Kirin going to 3. I don't know why Kirin was still limited. That's actually insane. Raigeki going to 3 is pretty cool. My friend Pearly getting on hit is nice. And Lightning Storm going to 3. Why was Lightning Storm hit in the first place? That's crazy. That's interesting. This is a cool list. I'm glad that OCG is taking steps towards Maxx C. The rest of the list is actually pretty cool too. You know, shit like Dragoon coming back, Masterpiece coming back, even Dryden coming back is actually pretty cool. A lot of people like that deck, even though I'm not like a Zodiac fan. I can see that it's, if you don't have Dryden, you probably are happy to have it. It's a cool card. So yeah, I mean, for OCG, pretty damn interesting list. Really cool list. That's enough of looking at the OCG ban list. Good way to start the stream though. I think it's an interesting little conversation to start the stream. I'm glad you guys pointed it out. I mean, honestly, a pleasant surprise.